Final exam review for MAT 0018. We're starting at problem 47, and we're going to do some unit conversions. So we have 108 inches we want to convert to feet. We did this with dimensional analysis, and so we write the first one as a fraction, including the unit. We're going to multiply by a special form of 1, which we make out of our conversion factor. You need to know the conversion factor between feet and inches. There are 12 inches in 1 foot. So that you need to know. The one you want to get rid of, you should put in the denominator. The one you want to get, put in the numerator. And then you can fill in your equivalent relation. There are 12 inches in 1 foot. Now, let's cancel out the units on the diagonal. This is going to get us into feet. These will always either be a multiplication or division, depending on where your numbers fall. If we multiply across, we have 108 over 12. So this one is going to be a division, and 12 into 108 will go 9 times. 9 2 18, no, it's a 9 and 1 is 10. So it gives us 9 feet. Our next conversion is 72 feet to yards. So we start with what we have and make it look like a fraction. 72 feet. It'll go over 1. And we're going to convert between feet and yards. We want to get rid of feet. It should go in the denominator. We want to get yards. We need to remember the conversion factor. There are 3 feet in 1 yard. We will cancel out the units on the diagonal. Multiply across, so we have 72 times 1 is 72. We are into yards now. Over 3. This will be a division again. So 3 into 72. 3 into 7 will go 2 times. 2 3s are 6. And bring down 3 into 12 will go 4. So 24 yards. Our next conversion is 6.25 feet to inches. So we write what we have and make it look like a fraction. Make sure you include your unit. We're going to multiply by our form of 1. The feet needs to go in the denominator, and we're going to get inches. So we had this one earlier, 12 inches in 1 foot. So I would put the units on before I tried to fill in the numbers. Your 12 needs to go up with the inches, 1 with the feet. Cancel your units on the diagonal. And now because these are both on the numerator, it's going to just be a multiplication. So we'll multiply across. We have 6.25 times 12. And remember, with decimals, you have to count in decimal spaces. So it will be 75. You can drop the zeros once you have placed the decimal. So 75 inches. For our next one, we're asked to convert miles to yards. The conversion factor that we learned in class was 5,280 feet equals a mile. We did not have the conversion factor of yards to miles. So we'll do this one in 2 steps. First, we'll convert out of miles to something we know. So we have 4 miles. That's what we're starting with. Make it look like a fraction. We want to get rid of miles. And we know miles to feet. And so it is 5,280 feet to 1 mile. You can go ahead and put your next conversion factor here, or you can do 2 steps. It doesn't really matter. We're going to cancel these miles, and so now we're going to want the feet to go on the bottom. So for my next one, I will do feet, and then I'm trying to get to yards, so I need to remember this one. Feet to yards is 3 feet to 1 yard. So we'll just multiply all the way across. Whoops, let me take this unit out. Now I'm getting into yards. Right, so I have 4 times 5,280 times 1. So 4 times 5,280 2120. That's in yards. 1 times 1 is 1, times 3 is 3. And we'll divide it out. So 3 into 21120. 7 threes are 21. Subtract, bring down. 3 won't go into the 1. You have to put the 0. Subtract, bring down. 3 into 12 will go 4 times. 4 threes are 12. We have to keep dividing all the way to the end. So subtract, bring down. 3 won't go into 0. It's 0 times. So we have 7,040 yards. So it was a 2-step problem. You could have done one, get the answer, and then take your answer times the next, or you can try it in one shot. The science classes tend to do it this way, all in one shot. So you might have several conversion factors. 47, they're just giving us different form here for our answer. So first we're going to convert from feet to yards. So start with what we have, 52 feet. Make it look like a fraction. We want to get rid of feet. It should go in the denominator, and we want to get yards. On the diagonal, cancel out your feet. Right, and we'll fill in. It is 3 feet to 1 yard. Right, and so if we multiply across, we have 52 over 3. This is in yards. Right. They want our answer just in a different form this time. We would go ahead and divide it out. It will be our remainder that they want differently. So let's go ahead and divide it. 3 into 52. So 3 into 5 will go 1 time. 1 times 3 is 3. Subtract, bring down. 3 into 22 will go 7. 7 threes are 21. And we have a remainder of 1. If we wanted to write that back as a fraction, like 1/3, then it would all still be in yards. If we want to just say that's our remainder, it is still in feet. So that's what they wanted us to do with this one. The 17 is in yards. Our remainder is still in the other unit. It is still in feet. If we had carried out to a decimal, it would have been in yards, part of a yard. So we went this route just because of the format they gave us for the answer. For our next problems, we're going to work with the metric system, and there's a sentence that can help us. So I'm going to use a different technique for these. The sentence is, King Henry died Monday drinking chocolate milk. And this is just to remind us of our units. King is for kilo. Henry, H is for hecto, which is 100. D for died is deca, which is 10. Monday, this is your central one. This is your meter. If you're working in, say, volume, you could have liter here, or you could have grams here. So you have to make a different sentence, but it's still all going to work the same. Then we have the smaller side. Deci is a tenth, centi is a hundredth, and milli is a thousandth. And what we're going to do is just move from one to the other. So we're going to start under what we have. For our first problem, we have 42 meters. We're going to move to centimeters. So start under what you have. So 42 meters. We want to move to centimeters. So we're going to count how we move. Don't count where you start. We're moving 1, 2 places to the right. That's the way your decimal should go. Right now your decimal is at the end. It needs to go 2 places to the right. So it will be here, and now it is in centimeters. B, we will do 4,700 millimeters to meters. So we're starting over here, 4,700 and this is millimeters. We're going to move to meters. So this time we're moving towards the left. Don't count where you start. Count how you move. So 1, 2, 3 places towards the left. That's the way your decimal should go. Right now your decimal is at the end after the 0. 1, 2, 3. It's going to go between the 4 and the 7. And now we are in meters, 4.7 meters. Our third one, we have 525 meters. We're going to go to kilometers. So start under what you have, 525 meters. We're going to move 2 kilometers. So we're going to also go to the left, 1, 2, 3 places. That's how your decimal should go. Right now your decimal's at the end, 1, 2, 3. It's going to go in front of that first 5. So 0.525 kilometers.